Rose Hardwick Thorpe was only 16 years old when she wrote her most famous poem, Curfew Must Not Ring Tonight. In this poem, she tells the story of a daring young girl willing to do anything to save the love of her life during the English Commonwealth. This poem beautifully uses descriptions and lyric narrative to ask the audience just how far you would be willing to go for love.
Yes, queen.
Slowly, England's sun was setting o'er the hilltops far away,
filling all the land with beauty at the close of
one sad day, and its last rays kissed the forehead of a man and maiden fair.
He with steps so slow and weary,
she with sunny, floating hair,
he with bowed head, sad and thoughtful,
she with lips all cold and white,
struggling to keep back the murmur.
Curfew must not ring tonight. Sexton,
Bessie's white lips faltered,
pointing to the prison old,
with its walls tall and gloomy, moss-grown walls.
dark, damp, and cold.
I the lover in the prison, doomed this very night to die at the ringing of the curfew, and no earthly help is nigh. Cromwell will not come till sunset.
And her lips grew strangely white.
As she spoke in husky
Whispers.
Curfew must not ring tonight.
Bessie,
calmly spoke the sexton,
Every word pierced her young heart,
like a gleaming,
death-winged arrow,
like a deadly, poisoned dart.
long, long years I've rung the curfew from that gloomy, shadowed tower. Every evening, just at sunset, it has tolled the twilight hour. I have done my duty ever, tried to do it just and right. Now I'm old, I will not miss it. Curfew bell must ring tonight.
wild her eyes and pale her features.
Stern and white her thoughtful brow.
As within her secret bosom,
Bessie made a solemn vow. She had listened while the judges read.
Without a tear or sigh.
at the ringing of the curfew, Basil Underwood must die.
And her breath came fast.
And faster, and her eyes grew large and bright.
One low murmur,
Faintly spoken.
Curfew must not ring tonight.
She has reached the topmost ladder. O'er her hangs the great dark bell. Awful is the gloom beneath her.
Like the pathway down to hell.
See,
the conjurer's tongue is swinging.
'tis the hour of curfew now.
And the sight has chilled her bosom, stopped her breath, and paled her brow.
Shall she let it ring?
No, never!
Her eyes flash with sudden light.
As she frees and grasps it firmly,
Curfew shall not ring tonight.
out she swung.
Far out.
The city seemed a speck of light below. There twixt heaven and earth suspended.
As the bell swung to and fro.
And the sexton at the bell rope, old and dead, heard not the bell.
Dong.
Sadly thought that twilight
Dong.
curfew rang young Basil's funeral knell.
Still the maiden, clinging firmly, quivering lip and fair face white.
Still her frightened heart's wild throbbing.
Curfew shall not ring tonight!
It was o'er.
The bell ceased swaying.
And the maiden stepped once more firmly on the damp old ladder.
Where for 100 years before,
Human foot had not been planted. The brave deed that she had done
should be told long ages after.
As the rays of setting sun
Light the sky with golden beauty, aged sires with heads of white.
Tell the children why the curfew did not ring that one sad night.
o'er the distant hills comes Cromwell.
Bessie sees him, and her brow,
Lately white with sickening horror, has no anxious traces now.
at his feet she tells her story, shows her hands all bruised and torn, and her sweet face still
haggard with the anguish it had worn.
Touched his heart with sudden pity.
Lit his eyes with misty light.
Go, your lover lives, said Cromwell.
Curfew shall not ring tonight.
Wide they flung the massive portals,
Led the prisoner forth to die, all his bright young life before him.
Neath the darkening English sky.
Bessie came with flying footsteps, eyes aglow with love light sweet. Kneeling on the turf beside him, laid his pardon at his feet.
In his brave, strong arms he clasped her, kissed the face upturned and white, whispered, Darling, you have saved me. Curfew will not ring tonight.